Big Lez's League, an all rugby league experience.
Hello, welcome back to Big Lez's League, an all rugby league experience. I'm your host, Big Lez. Make sure if you haven't already to go ahead and subscribe to the YouTube, become a part of the Big Lez's League community. We're going to be going through our SuperCoach changes going into round 20, SuperCoach and NRL Fantasy. This is another episode of the drawing board. Let's get straight into it. So for SuperCoach, we got 825. And look, I'm happy with it because obviously it was a real shitty week going into game 3 of Origin. Obviously, plenty of people were out. I was playing with 11 men for both SuperCoach and NRL Fantasy. 825 is bloody good with the amount of men I had. I had Jaden Campbell in my side as well, who got a stack of points. Plenty of other guys as well that contributed to a great scoreline. But Jaden Campbell, 111. We also had him as captain, so we were living the absolute dream. 222 points in the bag with just one player. So 825 was the final score for SuperCoach. For NRL Fantasy, it was way shitter. Obviously, with 11 people, not the best players as well available in my side. 567, which is probably the worst score I've ever had, to just quietly. 64 was the highest score, and that was by Jack Bostock. Unreal performance from him for the Dolphins. I was thinking about getting rid of him for a stage there, but over the past 3 weeks, he's been outstanding. So, going to keep him in my side, it looks like, for the rest of the year, unless there is a massive slump or something unprecedented happens. But 64, great score for Jack Bostock. And 111, it's an unreal score for Jaden Campbell. Going into this week in terms of trades, we are on a hold week for SuperCoach. What a hold week is, for the people that are new to the channel, it is that we don't make any trades going into this round of football for SuperCoach. As for NRL Fantasy, there will be a few trades here. We are trading Jaeman Salmon out of the side, and then we are trading Jack Whiten into the team. Jack Whiten comes in, obviously a really good player at the moment. His average is going to go up over the next few weeks, and just a real great opportunity. We did get a few extra trades given to us, obviously after the Origin period, which is unreal. We needed them. We were getting very, very low. So I think 12 trades left to go now for fantasy. It's a little bit safer than where I was. I think I was around 6 or 7. So very grateful to have 12 up my sleeve. And look, we will not be wasting those at all. We'll be having a few hold weeks if we can afford it, depending on buys and stuff like that. But Jaeman Salmon, he does drop out of my team. Obviously injured with that broken jaw and suspended anyway, so we won't be playing much football for the next few weeks. Jack Whiten, no more buys for South Sydney. I think that it is very worthwhile to get a few of these playmakers for South Sydney in your team. You won't have to worry about moving them out of your team or trading them over the next few weeks. Jack Whiten in my side, unreal, love it. Let's go to our SuperCoach side going into this week. Obviously, a few changes here with, players coming back from the bye round, and obviously just a few changes here and there. Fullback is James Tedesco. Tedesco is our captain. Our backline is Dom Young, Will Price, Jacob Gagai, and Suolavi Faulango. Kailero has the bye. He's out of the side. We also dropped out one other guy as well to the bench. We do have Jaden Campbell there at vice captain at number 6. Could move to captain depending on the vibe that I'm getting going into the rest of the week. And obviously, you guys will be notified about that in the late mail post. If there is a late mail post, there haven't been one over the past few weeks because we haven't made any changes after this podcast. But Jaden Campbell, he is the number 6. Jerome Hughes back in the number 7. I was going to name him captain. We have moved over to James Tedesco for the captaining duties at the moment. Aden Fanor, Blake, and Terrell May front row. Carl Lawton is our 9 at the moment. The Sharks have the bye, so Blake Brayley is out. So Carl Lawton in the number 9 role for the moment. We have Angus Crichton and Josh Curran back in this side as well in the back row. Nafa'u White is obviously the other starting at back rower. We've got Matt Burton, Tamale Martin, Fanua Pole, and Liam Henry as my breadwinners off the bench. Let's move over to fantasy. Fullback is Will Price at the moment, as he has been for the past few weeks. Dom Young and Jack Bostock on the wings, Jack Whiten and Jacob Kiraz in the centres. It was a big reason as to why I got Jack Whiten, because obviously Kaeliro was my centre before, but I had no one else to go into the centres. Obviously made a few trades in the past few weeks, and I didn't have any depth in the centres on my bench, so I needed Kaeliro to maybe move into a bench role and have Jack Whiten in there, who can play a number of positions. If there's buys and stuff like that, I can move him around, but also he's great centre depth as well. So Jack Whiten in the centres there. Cody Walker, Jerome Hughes are my halves at the moment. Jerome Hughes for fantasy is my captain. Paddy Carrigan is going to return here with Josh Curran and Max Plath in the middle. Reid Marnie is my number 9. I do have Hamole Olakawatu and Josh Kerr at the moment in the back row. That's going to be sorted out soon. We're going to figure out if we can get another back rower in. We might even just leave it, to be honest, depending on our score at the end of the week. Our bench at the moment for fantasy is Jacob Gagai, Tamale Martin, Sam Hughes, and KO Weeks. It's a strong-looking bench going into this week. Carl Lawton goes back to the reserves, and obviously a few Sharks players like Kaeliro go to the reserves as well with the bye period. There you go. That is the drawing board for round 20. Any SuperCoach NRL Fantasy questions, make sure to drop them in the comment section below. You'll find our socials there as well, where you'll be able to see this post for, obviously, what changes I will be making and stuff like that. You'll see it pop up on the YouTube anyway over this side. But it will also be on the Instagram for you guys to ask questions in there as well. Follow on the Instagram, become a part of the Big Lez'S League community as well. It's not just SuperCoach and NRL Fantasy content. We do a bunch of NRL content on there, reacting to news, going through the Origin stuff. Obviously, it's the big Origin period at the moment, so we've got the preview that's come out just recently. We're going to tag it in this video so you can go ahead and watch it straight after this. We also are on Spotify and Apple Podcasts as well, so make sure to go ahead. They're all down here. All the links you need are down here. TikTok, Instagram, Spotify, that's all down here. So make sure you get around it. Become a part of the Big Lez'S League community, and we'll see you guys in the next one.